back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be looking at a few articles from last week. I think it's good to kind of wait until the end of the week and then look back at what's been going on in the crypto space. I think once you have more data, it's much clearer to see what's actually been going on with each respective coin. Once you have a lot more articles to look at, you can see which cryptocurrency or project has had more updates and more things going on with. So that's what this video is about. Hopefully I'll be able to kind of do this at the end of every week. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. I'd really appreciate that, and it would help with the YouTube, Instagram algorithms. So with that being said, let's first look at the TA. This will be the end of a weekly candle. So it's important as well to look at how what the charts are saying to us. So let's have a quick look at that. Let's first start with the total market cap. As you can see, it's obviously broke past this level quite strongly, and now it's kind of been consolidating in between these points, 240 and 260 level. It's broke past that, it's closed past that slightly, but not very convincingly. So we'll be closing above these levels, but not with a lot of volume, not with a lot of strength. So it's a bit worrying. I think we'll be able to understand as we delve into Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as mentioned in some of my previous videos, was in a bullish flag formation. It broke past it, but not with, again, it broke past it and we'll be closing above the kind of pattern, but it's looking more like a fake out than a strong close above. So, but if we move to the daily, again we can see that. So it broke past it and now it's acting as, the resistance is acting as support. But at the same time, if you look at the volume, volume's really been drying up, so that's not a very good sign. If we close with strong volume, then it's much more of a confirmation that we've closed above strongly and will continue upwards. This is more of an indication that we'll probably be going down at some point. Going back to the weekly, so if you look at some of these kind of candles, there's a lot more volume in them when they close past each point. So you can see this has a lot of volume and this has a lot of volume. So, we need a lot of volume to kind of close above or to break past resistance levels. So it's not looking too good for Bitcoin at the moment. XRP looks like we're now in some kind of consolidation in between. We broke past the support level, the resistance level, and it's acted as support, and we rejected off the next level of resistance. So now we seem to be in consolidation. So we'll have to see. We've rejected off the long-term counter trend line. So again, we might be consolidating for a little while longer, and if we don't get some more volume, then we won't be able to break past this level, and we might be going down further. Ethereum, in my opinion, looks probably the strongest. So we broke past this long-term resistance level, and now it's this level of resistance at 230, 225, 230 is acted as support. Volume has been decent, at almost about 400,000 ETH, which is pretty good for Ethereum standards. So that's pretty good. So in my opinion, that's probably looking the strongest out of the three to continue on going upwards. But the market does move together, so when the others go down, they all go down together. But in my opinion, it's looking the strongest. So with the market update done, let's look at some of the kind of articles that happened in the last week. A lot of the big updates were about Ripple and XRP. And although this seems to have a lot of hate from a lot of people because they think it's a scam coin, some of these developments do affect all other cryptocurrencies in a positive manner. So If it's good for everyone, I mean, that's all good, isn't it? So Ripple and XRP named as potential payments game changer by US Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That mouthful, isn't it? So the important parts of that basically is that they released a final rule that implements some more consumer protection because the space is developing. So they've had to amend the rule to improve the protection. So basically, they've been continuing to monitor the remittance transfer market since the publication of the assessment report, and they've observed that most of these developments continue to progress. So they're talking about Ripple. And examples include the continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payments messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a virtual currency XRP, which can be used to effect settlement of these transfers. So this is pretty big when a regulatory body has recognized Ripple as a game changer. You know, you don't hear a lot of regulatory bodies talking about other specific cryptocurrencies like this. So this is obviously a massive development, a massive recognition from this body that they've amended the rule and recognized Ripple as changing the game. The Bureau also believes that expanded adoption of Swift's GPI product, which happened, Swift updated their kind of product to basically rival what Ripple are doing. And although they can't actually update it to the standard of Ripple, they've had to adapt a little bit to not be left completely behind. So that's obviously good because it shows what kind of competition Ripple is given them. Or Ripple's suite of products could similarly allow banks and credit unions to know the exact final amount that recipients of remittance transfers will receive before they are sent. So they're talking about part of Ripple's software, which was originally called Xcurrent, which allows both the recipient and sender to know the exact amounts they're going to be sent or receiving, which is crazy, but they weren't able to do that before. It's more of a send the funds and hope that you get the amount that you asked for. Moving on to the next article, Ripple chief Brad Garlinghouse meets with central bank leaders in Brazil. So they just met up with the top brass at Brazil's central bank. Ripple opened an office in Brazil last year. Since that time, the San Francisco startup has made significant efforts to gain a foothold in the country and has lobbied to make cryptocurrency an integral part of the financial system. Again, this is what I was talking about before. The kind of developments that they're making is affecting all cryptocurrencies. If the government and regulators say, okay, you know what, cryptocurrencies are right, we give you the okay, this will affect all cryptocurrencies. It will allow more companies to build around crypto, and it will kind of elevate the whole space. So this is great for the whole space, that the fact that they're working so hard to get crypto all clear. And according to the head of the company in Brazil, the focus at the moment is to discuss with banks and regulators possibilities of coexistence of crypto with traditional operations to make transactions in the global financial system more efficient. By December of 2019, Ripple teamed up with big banks in Brazil such as Santander Brazil, Bradesco, and Rendimento, and also began talks with banks and regulators about using XRP for remittances. So it's only a matter of time before they all give the all clear and XRP can really be used by all the banks. Because that's the biggest issue around the world. Although Ripple are partnering up with a lot of banks and financial institutions, the issue still is regulatory clarity. So no bank can really use them unless the regulations have said, okay, you're allowed to use it. Then they can start using it without any problem. Because they don't want to start using it and then get fined. That's not what they want, because that's a massive headache for them. And Ripple teamed up with big banks in Brazil last year, including blah, 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 including these 3 banks, which use the company's payment messaging service. So they're already using Ripple to some extent, but they can't use XRP, the digital asset, which needs regulatory clarity or clearance. So once they get to that level, they can really start to benefit. Mexico, a country where they have given the all clear, have already started to use XRP. And the kind of growth that they're showing every month is crazy. So that growth is only going to extend to every country that gives it the all clear and allows XRP or digital assets to be used. So Ripple are working very hard at this, and it's only a matter of time, to be honest. And another article about Ripple, Western Union wants to acquire MoneyGram. The funny thing about this is that Western Union said that, in June of last year, they said that they've tried XRP, but the cryptocurrency was 5 times more expensive than relying on Western Union's in-house system, which is funny because why would they then now try to acquire MoneyGram, which have now started to use XRP and ODL? Maybe it's because maybe they thought now they've seen it in action, this is actually a product that we need to get before we get left behind. This is a rumor, so it's not factual, but you know, the success that MoneyGram have had with XRP and ODL shows that it's got a good chance of being true, and it makes sense basically. Because when big companies normally let smaller companies use new technology to see if it works and to let them kind of update it and fine tune it before the big companies kind of purchase it once it's all kind of cleaned up. So it does make sense, but we'll see next week in the next couple of weeks or months if it's actually true. And next we have IBM, Chainlink, Microsoft joined forces to tame the wild. So a number of companies, including IBM, Microsoft, and Chainlink, have joined to create a non-profit organization that plans to streamline the complex cryptosphere and the world of tokenized assets by building standards and frameworks. So that's the main purpose of this initiative, to build standards and frameworks, which is very important because you need standards to really go ahead in this space. At the moment, it's a lot of different standards, a lot of different levels of projects trying to develop. But if they create a high standard for everyone, then it'll help businesses to kind of use these softwares, use these projects and cryptocurrencies, because they know it meets a certain standard. As I said, what is required is standardization at the business level. So at the moment, it's just some are very high standards like XRP, Ethereum, some are just all over the place. So you need to kind of raise the whole bar for businesses to be able to use it, which is fantastic. And I looked into the actual initiative. You've got some big members in this, like Accenture, Microsoft, Neo, XDX, Chainlink, Hedera, Hashgraph, IBM, ING, Big Bank, R3, Nasdaq, UBS. A lot of big kind of members in this initiative. So this is absolutely fantastic for the space. As they said, it's really raising the bar in terms of standards, and we need that. And then this next article kind of goes with that as well. CoinMarketCap are combating fake trading volume that are reported by exchanges, which has been a massive issue in the last few years, since the beginning basically. A lot of bots that kind of wash trade, create a lot of fake volume, which projects need to kind of, this all kind of contributes to the manipulation. So a lot of this will help to clean up the space in terms of all the pump and dumps, all the kind of fake projects that try to take investors' money by paying, you can pay these services that will create fake volume, and investors that are kind of new to the space will think, oh, this must be a fantastic project because so much volume is being traded. So it helps to really get rid of the bad actors in the space that pay these services create fake volume. Last year, CoinMarketCap admitted that bogus trading data was an issue on its platform following an industry analysis by crypto index provider Bitwise that said basically 95% of the volume reported on the platform was fake. So what they've done is they've got like a confidence indicator. They've implemented that into CoinMarketCap, and I just looked into the website. You can see it here. So if you click on any cryptocurrency, obviously the bigger ones will have more strong data, but if you click on any cryptocurrencies and go to market pairs, you can see these new tabs. You can see these new columns that have these confidence levels and also liquidity, which is fantastic, because again, like the previous article, it helps to raise the bar in the space, because we need to have more real volume, true volume, and it'll help get rid of kind of projects that are kind of manipulated and that will take investors' monies. We need to get rid of the bad actors and legitimize the space for more real projects to shine through. So this is fantastic to see. This is exactly what we need. We need more of this, and this is natural. It happens like this. You get a new space. It's fresh, it's new. There's not a lot of regulation, and slowly by slowly, the space gets regulated. It gets cleaned up to a professional level. So that'll be all for this week. As I said, it's good to look back at the finished week, because then you can kind of accumulate all the articles to see which space is actually making the most developments. You can see which products are the most busy, because when you look at it day by day, it seems a bit more random, but when you look at a whole week's worth of data and articles, you see, okay, Ripple's actually made the most developments, or there's a lot of developments in Bitcoin or Ethereum, etc., etc. So I hope you got some value from that, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.